Hey guys, no, this is not a movie review of Thor from Adam. Adam and I had a little bit of a miscommunication there, and apparently he thought I was saying to do the reviews like later on in the future with me, and I thought he would go ahead and handle them, but come to find out he doesn't actually have a camera, so he just assumed we'd get together, record them, and then he was all for it. So, but the good news is he should be getting a camera pretty soon, in like the next month or so. So hopefully in the future we'll be having movie reviews from him, and that'll be awesome. But until then, we promised you something with Thor, so here we go. This segment is something that it's going to be an ongoing segment actually, and it's going to be 3 things you need to know. And so this one is going to be 3 things you need to know about Thor. Okay, so the first thing you need to know about Thor is his origin. Where did he come from? Well, he started off in a comic called Journey into Mystery, number 83, back in 1962, in the month of August. And he was created, of course, by none other than Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. And, yeah, those guys were just rocking it back then. They were just coming up with all kinds of awesome characters, and bam, they came up with Thor. Okay, so the second thing you know is the difference between the movie and the comics. So both of them have the idea that he's cast down by his father Odin to Earth to learn humility. But unlike the movie, in the comic, he was originally cast down and his essence and memories were put into the body of a scientist named Donald Blake. But Thor had no awareness of it, I guess is the best way to say it. And it wasn't until Donald Blake was actually attacked by some aliens that Thor kind of came out, transformed into Thor, fought them, and then they lived a double life. Donald healing people with science during the day, and Thor fighting crime at night. Well, maybe not at night, but you get the idea. One of them was helping sick people and being a doctor, and then Thor would vanquish evil and be all superhero-y. Okay, the last thing is just going to catch you guys up in the current comics a little bit if you want to jump out there. Well, recently, not super recently, but pretty recently, they had their Ragnarok, which was like their end of the world. And that was brought about by Thor's brother Loki. And in that process, Asgard, which is where they live, was pretty much destroyed in the apocalypse, their apocalypse, and was then rebuilt by Thor, who kind of took place for his father, Odin. And they rebuilt it in a city in Oklahoma, actually. And yeah, interesting enough. So Asgard, which was like, there was Asgard and then Earth was Midgard. So Asgard was on Midgard. I don't know how that works, but it was in Oklahoma. And then of course Norman Osborn with Hammer took over S.H.I.E.L.D., called it Hammer because he's retarded. Anyways, he didn't like the fact that they were in United States soil, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. Really, he just wanted. He was on a power trip, and they attacked, and there was the whole siege event that happened not too long ago. You can go pick up those graphic novels. And in the process, they won, and Avengers came to help Thor, all this kind of stuff happened. But the Sentry, who, if you remember, was #1 on my list for top 10 most powerful characters in comic book universes, he pretty much destroyed Asgard, and so it lies in ruins. And yeah, so there you go. There's a little bit of history for all that kind of stuff to go jump in the comics now. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. We'll be continually doing this segment off and on in our new format for Geek Church. If you have suggestions of 3 things you need to know topics, go ahead and send them to us at geekchurch@gmail.com. And until then, cut back to Jeff and myself.